Some of the running back values on Underdog Fantasy Football are absolutely crazy. Just this year, we watched Saquon Barkley go from a round 1-2 turn pick to be an absolutely league-winning running back in fantasy football. But what if I told you there's another running back who can see the exact same kind of success? He's going at the 1-2 turn, just like Saquon Barkley was last year, and has the same chance to be the overall running back one as anyone going ahead of him. You probably guessed who it was. This player is going to be 49ers running back Christian McCaffrey, the dude who has a history of being a very, very successful fantasy football asset, but currently people are fading Christian McCaffrey because of injury concerns. So he's a player on a really, really good offense, has a history of being the not just a running back one in fantasy football, but the number one overall running back, and is being drafted lower on the board because of injury concerns. Does that not immediately remind you of exactly what Saquon Barkley was going into last season? Christian McCaffrey, if we are going to pull up what his stats have looked like historically, the dude needs absolutely zero introduction. 2 running back 1 overall seasons, 2 running back 2 overall seasons. This guy is an elite running back in fantasy football, and when he is being drafted as low as the 1-2 turn, you got to make sure you're in on this guy. You got to make sure that you are absolutely drafting Christian McCaffrey when you get the chance. If you are on Underdog Fantasy Football and you're looking to build a hero RB build and you are in anywhere between like picks 9, 10, 11, 12, make sure you're grabbing Christian McCaffrey to be your hero running back, because he is by far the best shot at a hero running back in that range. Like I said before, the absolute exact same chance to be the running back one as Ashton Genty, Jahmyr Gibbs, Bijan, or Saquon, but you get to take him so much later. And if you're looking at Saquon versus Christian McCaffrey, no one can tell you which one of those guys for sure is going to be better this season. But what we can tell you for sure is that Christian McCaffrey is 10 picks cheaper than Saquon Barkley. But hopping into our next value here, it is going to be none other than New York Jets running back Breece Hall. This is another running back who has been really, really good for fantasy historically, but is currently, the market is a little bit out on him after his disappointing running back 16 season that he put up last year. But this is a running back who has the skills to put up a running back 2 overall finish in PPR leagues, coming off of a torn ACL that he suffered in the beginning of his rookie year. This is a running back who was an amazing prospect coming out of Iowa State, and then was amazing. He was so good his rookie year, just got that torn ACL, which obviously derailed it. Obviously, the torn ACL is really, really bad, especially for running backs, so that's a problem. But if we are looking at where Breece Hall is being drafted, this guy is a tremendous value. We look at the guys around him: Kyren Williams, Chase Brown, James Cook, Omarion Hampton. None of these guys have put out a highly elite top 3 season like Breece Hall. Last season, the New York Jets, forget about their offense, their entire team was just dysfunctional. So you have to imagine when they're bringing in Tanner Engstrand, the old pass game coordinator for the Detroit Lions, he knows how to run an offense, and the offense is going to look better and is going to give a talented player like Breece Hall a ton more opportunities for fantasy football. Breece Hall is going to easily have a bounce back year here. When you're drafting him as running back 13, you're not even drafting him as a running back 1. So if he finishes anywhere as a running back 1, it would be a value win on your draft pick. But this is a guy who easily has top 5 running back upside. And if we get lucky, he could be the running back number 1 overall in fantasy football. Now, going over to our third value for this video, it's going to be another running back who, again, has a history of putting up elite running back seasons, but is currently not looked at favorably by the market. It's going to be Travis Etienne from the Jacksonville Jaguars. Just a couple seasons ago, Travis Etienne put up a running back 3 overall season, but after being injured all of last year, the market has absolutely soured on this player. But the reason why we want to go ahead and be drafting Travis Etienne is because he's being drafted extremely, extremely low on Underdog Fantasy Football. He currently has the distinction of being one of the lowest 2 drafted starting running backs in all of fantasy football. Travis Etienne is currently the Jacksonville Jaguars starter, while Javonte Williams is the Dallas Cowboys starter. They're going off the board respectfully as quarterbacks 37 and 38. So two guys going extremely, extremely low, but you have to remember fantasy success for running backs is predicated on touches and opportunity. The starting running back gets the most opportunities for their given team. There are only 32 teams, so they have 32 running backs. So what we want to make sure we're doing every year is drafting the cheapest starting running backs that we can. Last year, my number one drafted player on Underdog Fantasy Football, or maybe not player, but my number one drafted running back was the cheapest starting running back. It was Chuba Hubbard from the Carolina Panthers. He absolutely smashed, won leagues last year, won me thousands of dollars. It was great. But he's not even as great as 2 years ago. The cheapest starting running back was Raheem Mostert from the Miami Dolphins. He finished as running back 2 on the 2023 season, and again, won me thousands of dollars. That's why I don't care how good or bad you think Travis Etienne is. He's a starting running back, the cheapest one that you can possibly get. And unlike Chuba Hubbard and Raheem Mostert, he has that history of putting out that elite season that he had 2 years ago. So this is a talented guy. Got drafted in the first round too. This is a guy that you have to draft. If you want to go ahead and use everything I just said and say you got to draft Javonte Williams for the exact same reasons, I would fully support that. The reason why I'm hyping up Travis Etienne is because we know he's a better running back than Javonte Williams. Drafted higher coming out of school, got the 5th-year option by his team, and is still on his own team. You know, his own team wants him. It wasn't like the Denver Broncos letting Javonte Williams walk. But another reason why we want to draft these guys is look who they are being drafted around. They're being taken around backup running backs. We have right above Cam Scadaboo, not on this graphic, running back 33 is Tyrone Tracy. So Tyrone Tracy, Cam Scadaboo, only one of those guys can be the starter. Jordan Mason, he's a handcuff. Zach Charbonnet, handcuff running back. Ramondre Stevenson, backup running back. And Baishal Tootin is actually Travis Etienne's running back, another backup handcuff running back. So why would you spend a draft pick on a backup running back when you could get the starter? Yes, it is likely that Travis Etienne is probably not an amazing running back in fantasy football, but at a price tag of running back 37, it is incredibly easy for him to outperform this ADP, and that's absolutely why you guys should be taking a chance on Travis Etienne in your underdog drafts and your ESPN drafts this year. But that's what I got for today. So if you enjoyed the video, please hit the like button, hit the subscribe button if you're new, and have a great day.